in the next few months. Starting this month. Starting this month, you will see it. But in the next few months, I can't tell you exactly what it's going to be, but it's going to be a surprise, and you'll see us putting back into the community. Not too long ago, we had almost nothing on CLG. What we were paying for, what we earned, literally went into paying for trips to tournaments. And I earned money, and I basically funded a lot of the travel when it came to sending us to trips. And it came to the point where I had not made any money. Even I didn't always make this much money. No, I didn't. And at one point, I was losing money because I was spending money traveling. You know, our Germany trip, we literally lost money. And at that point, I actually had a discussion with the team, and I was like, it's honestly not profitable and reasonable for us to continue as a team if we do not win this event, or we do not do well at an event. And so we won Germany. But before Germany, we had literally no success. We came in fourth at, or was it fourth or fifth at the season 1 tournament, and honestly, we had no success up until that point, other than our pass. But the competitive scene wasn't even evolved back then, so the prize pots and all that were irrelevant. The sponsors didn't care about that and all those things. So that was a point where we were like, okay, we're going to put everything we have left. I'm going to put everything I have left into trying to make Germany happen. And then, you know, once we did win Germany, like it was phenomenal. I was like, fuck yes. Like, damn straight. We're going to be a team, and we're going to fucking stick together for the next, like, I don't know how long, like, League of Legends is going to last. And then we won MLG, and that was double boost. Like, we won MLG and Germany back to back, and it was just like, fuck yeah. Like, this is going to happen. Like, this is going to keep going. And, but, like, before then, I literally lost money. I didn't have money, and I needed to pay for, like, my tuition at school that I left. So, so I did it was a risk. It was definitely a risk. It was never, it was never, it wasn't a point where I was just like, oh yeah, I'm banking all this money, I'm making all this money. To this point, I actually don't have that much. I literally don't have that much. Because there's so many other costs that we had to do, that we had to make up as a team. It's like when you make a business, it's a risk. The business is a risk. And if you put everything into it, you're going to make nothing in return. You're investing in a business because you believe that it's going to be successful. And if it gets to the point where it's successful, you're like, yes, you know, it's like I won the lottery. I bought a ticket and I won the lottery. And it's starting to pay off. But up until that point, you have to understand that I worked and I made nothing. I actually lost money. And at this point, it's becoming different, and I don't make that every day, and that's ridiculous to say that I do. I probably should have not said the high end number. I probably should have said my average, but I didn't want to give a definite number. Yeah, the business did have like a rapid ramp. Like it goes up and down. Like it's dependent on our success as a team. It's very fluctuating. And legitimately, I probably overshot the best case number. I think I overshot it by a couple hundred, I think. But legitimately, that's how much. When is CLG going to have stocks and shares? Well, I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, I'm not going to answer that right now. But working on stuff. I'm going to refresh the page and see what's up. I'm not answering the average. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't. But you can find the numbers yourself. You can go see the partner numbers. If you go see the partner numbers, and you go see on OwnTV.com or own.tv, you go see the partner numbers, and you go and you see how many viewers I have. 20, 25, 26K viewers. Average that out with how much the partner numbers are, and then 16 hours a day. You can figure out those numbers yourself. Include ad block into the equation. I don't know how much that is. You have to include ad block in the equation, yeah. No, I'm saying that's my number was the highest. The highest. Best case scenario. And that's like also the reason that I felt comfortable like talking about, well, not comfortable, but it gave me a little bit of more courage to just give out a number, was Destiny, because Destiny was also really transparent about what he made. And I remember people were like, "Oh, Destiny made this much," and that sort of thing. So that's why like I think Destiny's a really cool guy. I've watched his stream a few times, and like you guys definitely should check him out if you're looking into getting into StarCraft 2. He's a really cool guy, and I believe he's a guy you can trust. So when it comes to telling you what's real, what's real. But anyways, yeah, you have to understand that Chauster quit med school so that he could do this. And if you ad block Chauster, like he's not fortunate enough to get as many viewers as I do. And all these people, like Dyrus is starting to get more viewers, and Saint Vicious has a lot of viewers these days. But so all these players, like when you say like ad block, yeah, I'm fortunate enough to get like all of these viewers, but not everybody has the same ability as me. Like Odd One starting up and Chaos and all them. If you really appreciate what we do, then don't do that. Legitimately, don't do that. If you appreciate what we do as a community of streamers and as entertainers, and then don't do that. Don't take advantage of the system. Because the thing is, if you take advantage of the system, and the system can't support itself, then the system will cease to exist. Or they'll find other ways of relinquishing that, like, that control you have. You know, if everybody starts stealing cable television, then, you know, and it became a mass thing, then people are going to, the corporations, not only that, like people are going to find ways to stop that from happening, to make sure that the business is successful. You know what I mean? Like, right now, the internet is like open, it's free, it's one of the, I think it's like the only form of, well, it's one of the only, it's the biggest source of information sharing in the world, and it's not moderated. Well, you have to understand, if everybody used AdBlock, 100% of people used AdBlock, I would make $0, OwnTV would make $0, and OwnTV would cease to exist. It would cease to exist. There would be no OwnTV. Or there would be a pay service or a pay subscription where you'd have to pay. You would have to maybe they would make a system where you have to watch ads and you'd have no way of ad blocking. There's zero way you can ad block ever. Don't take advantage of the situation. Because if everybody takes advantage of the situation, then we won't have what we have. Anyways, do I believe that ELO hell exists? I don't even want to go into ELO hell. That topic is just, no. I often do get asked for an autograph. When I'm at an event, in Germany, I literally probably signed like 200 autographs and had like, I don't know, like 200 pictures. I was there for a good 3-4 hours of just signing like pictures and signing autographs and taking pictures and doing sort of things like that. Germany was probably the biggest event where there was like tons of people waiting for everything, and I tried to get through to everybody. I spent like a good 4 or 5 hours while we were at the tournament doing that. So question, HotshotGG, what do you do when you get old? As a programmer, you have no education, no job that you're really good at, so when people don't watch your streams no more because you're old fucked, you are fucked. Well, again, this is what I believe is that intelligence does not come from education. It doesn't come from being educated. Being educated is a good thing. I'm not saying don't go get educated. But there are other ways to be successful other than going to school. And I've learned a lot about business, about opportunities, about my value, my skill set that I could never have learned in school. I could have never learned this in school. And what I can offer to someone is not something that's just like a degree that I can just throw on the table. When I can offer something, I can legitimately go up to someone and just put things on the table and be like, I can do this for you, I can do this for you, I can do this for you, this is what I've done, this is what I have, this. Like the job that I really wanted. The job that I really wanted at one point was something in game design. Like game design, like actual design, like Zelius's job or something. And I talked to a lot of people, and I spoke to a lot of people in the industry, and a lot of them were like, just graduate with whatever in school and apply at QA and work your way up the QA trail. And you would work your way up to the QA trail, and then hopefully you eventually get to the game design position. And that was pretty much one of the only ways you can get into the game design position. The degree